At this point, how much clarity do we have on what the president proposes when it comes to infrastructure spending?
I think all we really know is that President Trump has talked about a pretty big number, $1 trillion, and he's talked about a big, bold plan, but no specifics. And the other problem with all of this, of course, is that health care obviously is first. Big debate going on in the House about that. And it sounds like tax reform is going to be second. And if infrastructure is third, I hope they get to it before the August recess when Congress goes home, because I think if they do, it'll be a missed opportunity. If they get to it, I think there's a chance that we could get a big, bold bill, and the problem, of course, is going to be finding the money.
Yeah, $1 trillion here. He's talking about private-public partnerships. What are you waiting to hear? What do you want to hear from the president about this plan?
I think the most important thing is how do we pay for it. There's no debate in America about what the issues are. America's one big pothole. The interstate system is crumbling. We've got 60,000 bridges that are structurally deficient. That means, they're in a state of bad repair. We need a lot of money spent on infrastructure, which has just been neglected for the last decade. So what I've been saying is everything ought to be on the table as far as funding. Raise the gas tax, index it, public-private partnerships, vehicle miles traveled, tolling, some of the other programs like Tiger and TIFIA that DOT has. There ought to be 5 or 6 things that are debated. And, the President Obama, while we were there, proposed infrastructure bank. Congress wouldn't go along with it. Now President Trump is talking about that. Debate all of it and figure out how to come up with $1 trillion. That's what's really needed.
What's changed here? We've got D-plus infrastructure in this country. We've had D-plus infrastructure for a while. Certainly when you were in office, infrastructure wasn't in great shape either. What changed politically that's made this a conversation that seemingly a lot of Republicans and Democrats are willing to have?
Yeah, I think the big thing that's changed is there's a real vision from President Trump about infrastructure. When it comes directly from the White House, he's got the bully pulpit. He's obviously proven that. And when he really gets engaged in this and gets Congress engaged and really puts his message out, I think there's an opportunity. It can't come from Congress because the leadership hasn't been there. But if it comes from President Trump, who's a builder and a developer, people know that he knows how to get things done when it comes to building. If he puts that strong message out there, $1 trillion, how to pay for it, a big, bold vision, some good things might happen.
How do you get people with a public-private partnership to pay for projects that aren't going to reap as many monetary rewards? In other words, you can get people to invest in a highway, say, especially if it's going to be a toll road. It's harder if it's, say, a school.
Well, the way you do it is you provide the kind of incentives so that perhaps not every project is as good as maybe some of the bigger ones. But if you have a mix of projects where the private sector feels like they can make some money on a certain type of project, then they're willing to invest in others too. So I think you do it by providing a mix. That not every project is going to make the developer enormous amounts of money, but if they can do well on some of them, then they're willing to invest in others too.
When you talk to your friends in Peoria, when you talk to your clients at DLA Piper, what do they want to know about the state of play in Washington, how we're going to actually get to some action in the nation's capital?
I think they really want to know how we're going to pay for it, and is Trump really going to put the money where he's talking about? And we're going to find that out, I think, pretty quickly. Once the Congress gets beyond health care, once the Congress gets beyond tax cuts, that's health care number one, seems to be. Number two seems to be some sort of tax reform and tax cuts. But then it seems as though number three is infrastructure. And the president is talking very boldly about that. So I think people want to know, is this true reality? Or is it just another reality show? And I believe for the moment that President Trump really believes in this idea of fixing up infrastructure. He talks a lot about it, and he talks in big, bold terms which is what's really necessary. So for now, what I'm saying to people is, let's see if he can really put the muscle of the White House behind all these ideas.
Mr. Secretary, great to speak with you. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.